Alright you guys, this is the video that I said I would make in a video before this video. And if you've never seen my channel before, then I apologize. What we're going to be showing off today is what I think to be the absolute greatest way to destroy Bedrock in mass quantities in Minecraft, really. And, well, let's kind of show it in the big scale. I'm not really going to be able to show this thing running because that's kind of tricky. But I will explain the concept in such a way that hopefully everyone can understand, and this thing is longer than I thought it would be. So here's the general concept. Laying the groundwork for everyone who doesn't know, dragon eggs have this interesting property as of 1.12, 1.11, 1. And basically every version since dragon eggs have been in the game that in lazy chunks, when the player is just out of reach and you're no longer rendering the dragon eggs, if they end up falling down, you can do this by pushing the block out from under them, or I think that's pretty much the only way. They actually fall straight down. You can see that sand has some kind of, and then they would be in the lazy chunks. This is really far. Sand, it falls down gradually and you can watch it drop. Dragon eggs do the same thing. However, in lazy chunks, they actually teleport down. However, with dragon eggs, they actually have this unique property that they end up destroying the block that they end up replacing. And if there's a gap below that block, then it ends up replacing all of them. But for Bedrock, we're basically focusing on removing one layer at a time. And when you have a stair-step design like this, basically what we're doing is dropping the dragon eggs in this stair-step pattern 5 high, so we're eating away all 5 layers of bedrock as it goes. And that's the design I have to show you guys today. So let's start off with the basic concept. When you have all the dragon eggs prepped, you need them to be on a block that can be broken by a piston. So when pistons push into melon blocks, they break. An idea that was probably the best for this was leaves, because they drop far less entities than melons would. Melons are a lot more laggy, but for the scale on Minerva that we're going for, the amount of leaves we would need is tremendous. We don't have a farm fast enough to get 4.3 million leaves. However, there was one in testing, but efficiency 5 shears are not that easy to get, so we went with melons. It was a compromise, but it'll do. And basically you're just pushing these blocks out from under the dragon eggs, they fall straight down, and then below are pistons that this is messed up, this is a test world. What I'm not showing is 100% functional, and that's not why I'm going to be showing it working, but I think I can explain it well enough to do it justice. And then some pistons sweep by and destroy them. And I'm fairly sure, Nuke told me I can show this one running. Basically what you want to do is push this forward. So basically I want to push these slime blocks forward. Let me just make sure I'm not messing anything up. And then it'll push the top blocks out, shift the dragon eggs down, and then the pistons below would just break all the dragon eggs. And that's pretty much it. You can expand this for as long as you want. I imagine that these are 928 block long modules because that's the size of our perimeter. And that's how we're using this to destroy everything. So let me lay this out. To run this, you would want something that looks a little bit like this. You'd want a long chain of pistons with some kind of engine at the back. That way it would constantly be shifting you forward a block, but you want it just far enough so that you're out of range. To do this, you want to look at your render distance. So right now I'm playing on 12 chunks, and then 12 times 16, and then a little bit more, because your player loads 12 chunks. So this is going to load F3 plus G. This is going to load 12 of these chunks out from my player, and then 2 more chunks will be lazy chunks that aren't processing the dragon eggs all the way, and will allow them to fall straight down and replace the bedrock. So you might want to do this on like 8 chunks to make it easy. If you're on a server, you might want to talk to the operators or admins and see what your render distance is at. You can obviously check this in your console if you are the server owner. On Minerva, we play on 12, just a little factoid. So we go, what's 12 times 16? I'm not going to do this on camera. I think it's, oh god, these binary guys would know. I think it's 196. There we go. So you'd want to, just to make it easy, you'd want to be like 200 blocks away. And that's pretty much what I think we've got here. So you just want to get in your engine, set everything up, and over your entire perimeter, this is kind of the tricky part, you want to cover your entire area. We're assuming you're doing a perimeter. If you're just clearing a chunk or something, you just want to fill it in with 5 high dragon eggs and leaves. The way we plan to accomplish this is you could use schematic or printer mode. That is far faster than placing them by hands, and nobody would blame you. Or you could do something like Nuke did on the server, where he and I think Jayway were writing a macro to place these automatically. I might provide that below if anybody asks, but I'm not sure that it's done as of making this video, so I'm not entirely certain. I will also be providing a world download of this, and then you guys can make a schematic off that if you need it, because this is fairly proprietary. This is going to change sizes for everybody who does this, and you're going to have to build it according to your specifications. Now, speaking of building it, I'm not going to do a proper tutorial. I know, people hate this, but I don't know the design fully well, and it's fairly simple to recreate. I mean, you can basically see what I've got here, but let me explain one more thing and kind of recreate this, or you can download the world. World downloads are pretty simple, you guys. All you gotta do is, if you're on a Windows machine, you can, oh, okay, it popped up off screen. Basically, I just right click that, click run, and then you get something like this. Then you want to type in %appdata%, hit OK, and then you should have a bunch of files. Look for .minecraft. Go to .minecraft, and then saves. This is where your saves are. Then you can put all your worlds in there. Coincidentally, I don't have any single player worlds because Minerva is a server. But that's pretty much it, you guys. You just download the world and put it in that folder. To some of you, this might seem ridiculous, but the backlash I have gotten is ridiculous. So the world download is all I'm going to do for this. I'm not going to show a tutorial, I'm sorry. But what I do want to mention, this is important, is what we have here is directional. So basically when this pushes forward, these pistons push out and destroy the dragon eggs. And that's okay for going south apparently. But we did have issues with this, so what you want to do is basically just rearrange the blocks. You take the piston, you make it face down. You take the observer, you make it face up, and then you just replace that with the iron block you broke in the first place. It's fairly simple once you understand what you're doing. Let's do it again, just one more time. You take the observer, make the piston face down, put the observer over here, and you're just switching places with everything. For over here, you just take the piston, put it on the end, observer goes back up, and iron block replaces it. It can be any solid block, stone would work, dirt, and then the slime blocks simply connect everything. And I think a world download would be best. If you download the world and you're not exactly where I am, these are the coordinates in the nether, and this is where kind of everything is. So I hope this video did it justice. I think this is pretty cool. This was designed in part by Chorus Crowd. So let me explain how I was introduced to it and then kind of give the whole story. Couch showed me this kind of design because he knew we were going to destroy a lot of bedrock, and I asked him about it. And this was originally, the concept was created, or the prototype was built by Mythical Pingao, I think I'm pronouncing that right. I should be overlaying it on the screen now, where Nuke kind of gave him his understanding of who all worked on this, because it was kind of mishmash. Nobody really wanted to make a video on this, and I thought this was really cool. I seem to be the only one to kind of showcase this design, because this is, I don't know that there's really a better way to destroy massive amounts of bedrock with relative ease. So thanks to kind of the Chorus Crowd guys for showing us their prototype. This was, I think, mostly designed by our members mixed with theirs, and the idea for all the dragon eggs was ours as well, I believe. I don't know. It was a good combination of the two communities because they had a nice prototype, but we improved it a great deal, and this is kind of the final result. And what has actually been built on Minerva. Had to switch to 1.11 right there, but logging into survival, we can show that the design is set up not here. It's over here instead. Okay, so this is exactly the design we have. Let me just hop this back there so I can show it. You can see the design we have here. It's also facing sideways. I think that might have been built on accident. I think the ones going down are whatever. Anyway, the sideways one is directional. North-south seems to work. Top-down for east and west might be best. So this grid is laid out for Nuke's macro that he's placing, and it'll make it easier to get all the dragon eggs and melons in place. But you can see the design is built here, so I fully endorse this design. I once again want to reiterate for the tutorial part, this is the same sort of thing that happened on my villager breeder video, where people kind of gave me backlash. I just don't want to show one way to build this design, because it's going to be whatever length you need it to be, and it's going to be whatever size. I will be providing the world downloads so you guys can see the exact module. It's basically one of these, and once you can see this design and how to recreate it, you just stack it 5 times. It's all the exact same thing, and up here it connects all the same. I'm sorry, but That's how it is. And there you go. So I don't really know that there's too much to cover on this. I think I gave credit to everybody who deserves credit. This has been a really great team effort, and I hope somebody finds a great use for this because this is pretty cool. There you go. There's our showcase of a Bedrock Eater that destroys lots of bedrock. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. I have one more thing to add. I did want to mention, as I was finishing up the rest of this edit, is if any of you guys have any concerns with this build, or you really can't get it working, or something's broken, the Minerva Discord is the place for you. We run it kind of like a forums. There's a lot of different text channels for different things like Pokemon, technical Minecraft, decorative Minecraft. Recently we've been considering a Civ 5 chat for Civilization 5. I've been getting into that game too. And a lot of other people have, which warrants a text channel. I digress. If you have any problems, the technical Minecraft chat is probably the best place for you. It's better than asking in the comments because I can't get to everybody's problems individually one at a time because especially through the comment section, that's not just the best. So if you have any issues, I definitely recommend posting a short video or in some kind of Imgur album of different screenshots of your current design so that we can get your problem all squared away. This is kind of my supplement for not doing a proper tutorial, but we should be able to get you guys hooked up pretty quickly because there are a lot more people that are a lot more active than I can be all the time because I am a human being and I do sleep. Okay, now thanks for watching. Roll the outro.